Dear Life from the Past, my calico cat, Rosie, seems to be fixated on my next-door neighbor, Ron. Every morning, Rosie grooms herself for an hour, then jumps in the window to watch for Ron to go for his morning run. She sits there until Ron comes out of his house. He exercises a lot and has kept himself in shape. While I admit I have let myself go. As soon as she sees him, Rosie starts purring. Holy cats. I have to say that I resent this. I provide her with room and board and brush her regularly. Keep yourself together. But while I'm doing it, she watches the window intently and then bolts to her lookout post if Ron appears. I bought new window treatments, which she scratched her way through, damaging the blinds and shades. Filling her food dish strategically before Ron goes out doesn't deter her. I love my cat, but I feel she is being unfaithful. What should I do? Hold on. P.S. I'm happily married. My wife thinks I'm crazy. And Rosie has been fixed. Larry.
Okay.
Wow. It's a guy.
That's a dude. Wow. My calico cat Rosie doesn't love me anymore, and she's staring at another man.
Professional counseling. That's all I got to say.
No. This person needs to just divorce his wife and become a cat man and have 50 of them so he can at all times have some kind of relationship with cats. I am creeped out by this guy.
I've read the biblical exceptions for divorce, and I don't recall I want to be a cat man.
It's one of those extra biblical things.
My cat's having an affair.
My cat's cheating on me.
Hey, man. The only reason he knows this is because he has also been spying on Ron for hours on end.
Right? I noticed how fit Ron is.
Yeah.
He's looking swole today, and Rosie noticed.
Yeah, I feel like I wouldn't be able to tell the same story. Like my writing in my same circumstance would be, hey, the cat stares out the window all the time and it's not really doing anything. Like not, hey, I stared outside and noticed it's purring at a well-fit man.
Oh yeah.
Named Ron.
The cat stared outside, so I laid next to it for an hour and a half and watched what it was looking at.
All right, there is one part of the story that I'm not sure I believe, and that's the word happily. Everything else I can believe, but I got to ask some questions about that part.
Here's the deal. When you say my wife thinks I'm crazy, she doesn't live with you anymore, friend. There's a couple pillows stacked together with a balloon on the top where your wife used to be. She has left months ago. and listen to me.
Do you think she married Ron? Do you think she left him for Ron and now he's like taking it out on the cat?
Here's the deal. How long have you owned a cat? Cat's behavior cannot be explained with any type of logical exegesis. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I've seen a cat stare at the corner of a room for a couple hours, and then out of nowhere, end up on its back, splayed out in all four directions, just ready to have a nap. You know what I'm saying? There's no explaining a cat's behavior, and so you have, I don't know what's happened in your life, you have projected this personality on a cat.
Correct, yeah.
Who, to be very honest with you, doesn't even like you, doesn't like Ron. He just likes food and doing whatever the heck he wants, because that's what cats do. And so, like, the cat has no physical affection for you or Ron or anyone else in the world. He just likes to lay down in the sunshine, eat whenever he wants, and poop in your closet. And that's it. That's it.
So all these qualities that he's described attributing to his cat are really, truly attributing to himself, is what you're saying.
Yeah. That's what it sounds like.
That's what I was thinking as you were reading it. I thought, the cat really is daydreaming going on the hunt. Mm-hmm. The cat wants to eat him.
What? To eat the Ron, the neighbor?
The fit neighbor?
Okay, listen to me. When I don't have the microphone, I'm going to need you guys to rebut Dan faster. When Dan says things like, the cat is going to eat Ron, you need to immediately jump on board.
You think the cat's sitting there like, hey, Swoll, Ron, you're lucky these windows are here.
He's on a safari hunt.
I don't think the cat's doing that.
It's a big metaphor, I think. This whole thing. It reminds me of like a radio show when somebody calls in for advice and says, instead of saying, hi, my name is Bob and I want to talk about this problem I have, it's, hi, my name is Bob, but I've got this friend who has this problem. I'd like to talk about this friend.
Being that runs by the house every day.
I mean, he knows the cat gets up there and actually purrs while he watches Ron.
So combining these two together, we have a guy who seems to be a cannibal, perhaps?
Yeah. No,
Is that what we're going for?
I think the cat's purring because it's being neglected by its owner, who's too busy staring at Ron.
Yeah.
I wish.
Yeah. It's creepy.
The owner's just like, hey, Swoll, Ron. Yeah. I noticed how you're incredibly fit.
No, I think.
Well done, sir.
The cat envies Ron because Ron gets to run away.
True.
And I'm stuck in this house with
I
this
wish I
dude.
can go exercising with Ron. My dude just sits on the floor all day, watching me watch another guy. I What's my existence life? He feeds me at the same time he stares at a dude. It's weird.
Okay, here we go. Here's Secular's advice. This is painful. Dear Larry, what a sad situation.
Oh, just don't.
Few things are more painful than feeling rejected by a love object. You did. Ron. You didn't mention how sedentary you are, but it's possible that Rosie watches Ron because he is a moving object.
Yep.
And you sit on your duff.
That's right. Your house is so lack of movement that any movement the cat will immediately run to. Okay.
Cat goes, hey, Ron.
Consider joining Ron on his runs, and you may find Rosie is watching you too. However, if that doesn't work, you may have to share the affections of your cat.
Hey, Ron, mind if I join you?
I'm trying to win back the love of my life.
How does that conversation go? Hey, Ron.
I've been watching you for a while.
Rosie's. Hey, Ronna. You lift, bro? Because you look like it. Rosie's been taking a sweet liking to you. And, I don't know. It makes me feel uncomfortable and it makes me feel inadequate. And I'd really like to spend some time. Can you show me the ropes as to how to exercise? And then he'll go, oh, Rosie, is that your wife? No, it's a cat. Cat stares at you and I don't like it. And I want to be fit and swole too.
And the cat's probably going to continue to stare at you. I'm just going to be out here too, under the impression the cat's looking at me.
Is it okay if I soak up the attention my cat is giving you? Because I'd love to go for a run. Apparently I'm sedentary.
Like, how shallow do you have to be? Like, there's a lady across the room looking at a really handsome guy. And
go stand by that handsome guy.
Stand by him and go, and to convince yourself, yeah, she's looking at me.
It's like, oh, hey, Johnny Depp, do you mind if I stand next to you so all the ladies staring at you, I can soak that up too?
Do you mind if I put this lotion on you while my cat watches?
Which, as creepy as that scenario is, we've got to also acknowledge the fact that it's not a lady, it's a cat.
My darling Rosie. Hey, man, this would have been... it's true. It would have been less creepy if he would have explained Rosie to be his wife rather than his cat.
Yeah.
Then...
Or maybe not. I mean, the whole situation sounds a little rough.
We don't hold paws anymore.
I try to feed my wife strategically before Ron comes running by.
I cook delicious meals. I set them out on the table while Ron goes for his runs. She still lays by the window staring at him, purring.
Soup's on, honey. I'm going to go out to the living room.
Soup's on.
Sweetheart, we're going to have tomato soup at approximately 6:25. Can you be here?
Holy cow.
Busy staring at Ron. I made chicken noodle.
Can we make like Ron and just run away from this whole situation?
There we go. We got time for one more. Here we go. I'm a 25-year-old who has been dating a great guy for a year. The relationship is everything I've ever dreamed of, and more. My only concern is that my friends don't seem to care much for him. That doesn't bother me, but what does bother me is they are distancing themselves from me now. I am no longer invited to gatherings. My, quotes, best friend doesn't keep in touch anymore, and I have given up on trying to reach out every time. If I do manage to talk to her, she makes an excuse to get off the phone as quickly as possible. I've never done this to any of my friends, regardless of whom they were dating or what life threw at them. Is this a normal part of life? Should I consider my friendships?
Right, I would ask them what their reservation is.
Yeah, once you want to know.
Is there a chance that you turned into a jerk after you started dating this dude?
Yeah, I mean, maybe they don't like your boyfriend, Ron.
Maybe they don't like your boyfriend Ron, and they don't like you with Ron because you've changed.
Maybe because he cleans himself by the window.
Does Ron go for jogs and the cat watches?
Here's the deal. Like, your whole set of friends doesn't immediately become untrustworthy when you start dating a man. Maybe there's something up.
Yeah.
Let's be reasonable here. Like, maybe you just got the wrong deal. Maybe he's the wrong man.
The only thing that's wrong with him is he doesn't have a job, and he sits in my house all day. My friends don't like that. He's a sweetheart to me. He cooks and cleans, but he doesn't do anything.
He means well. He keeps a diary.
I would
watches
have the
cats, watch
conversation
him.
with your friends. However, if he's a long-term guy, your friends will be gone at some point anyway, and he won't. So invest in the relationship because your friends are going to change.
There's a lot of red flags there, though. You would think, I mean, if they won't even talk to her or return her calls because of this guy she's dating, there's got to be something off. Who knows what it is.
I mean, have you never seen a romantic comedy? He displays all the signs. You start dating a guy, no one else that you've ever known wants to deal with you anymore. It's classic. It takes about an hour and 15 minutes, but then everyone realizes he's a jerk, and then, it goes back to normal.
He loves the neighbor.
Yeah, I mean, you could have catty friends. Like, you could have jealous friends. I mean, it's possible, but then you might really realistically bring into question, why are you friends with all these jerky people?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe this is time to cut ties with them anyway.
You've got a bunch of conditional friends that are just like, oh, you're with him? we no longer want to see you or speak to you.
Yeah.
It's like,
some people just don't do well with dating and friends. You know, I've had friends that when they have a girlfriend, they just disappear for 6 months, and then when they break up, I know because they're back. I mean, you know, it could be that. I mean, we just don't know.
I have like 6 of those friends. They just kind of disappear, and I'm like, where have you been? They're like, oh, I had a girlfriend. I'm like, what was her name? Oh, it's not important. I'm like, okay, well, good to see you again.
I don't know why you're not dating anymore. What's your?
You talk about with her with such affection.
Hi, my name is Amy. I don't care. This thing's got about a 6-month shelf life. Boo was waiting for me.
I'm not going to see my friends for a while, so let's just get over it.
Here we go. Secular says, relationships sometimes ebb and flow. Before reconsidering these friendships, have a frank and honest chat with these women about why they don't like your boyfriend. That your BFF will treat you the way she has is puzzling, unless she's jealous because you spend so much time with your boyfriend or he has offended her in some way. On a different note, does this man have friends of his own? Do the two of you socialize with other couples? Having been together for a year, are you making new friends together? If the answer to these questions is yes, then it may be, indeed, time to move on from this tribe of lady friends. Man, I don't make no couple friends. I don't know. I don't know how the people do that normally, because, I mean, I still have my friends. The lady still has her friends. I have to talk to their husbands every once in a while because they're in the same room, but, man, I don't know that we go to the gun club or anything together. We're just like, hey, we're coming over to your house, I guess. How's your job? That's pretty much it. Ben?
I don't have any friends.
Okay, hold on. Does anybody have any friends?
I have a couple.
Yeah.
I have a cat named Rosie, but I'm feeling she might be cheating.
She's a calico.
Hey, is that who's staring at me as I go running every day?
Ben, let's be honest. You are not the Ron in this situation.
Ron.
You are not the gentleman that's getting older that's staying fit.
Yeah, I am.
No. Let's cast these characters correctly. You are not Ron.
Yeah, I am.
I was wondering what that spray bottle of butter Ben had in front of his face was. What the heck's that, Ben? Don't you worry about it.
It's like, hey, sweetie, how about an ab lounge? There's a couple neighborhood cats that I've
It's
gotten fancy from.
It's margarine. I'm worried about my figure.
It says less fat. Why isn't it working? I've been putting this on for weeks.
I'm going to go to the doctor in 2 weeks and go, I've been putting on that third less fat margarine for weeks. Nothing has happened.
And that cat licked me once. Now won't quit staring at me.
I knew them shorts were too short.
You, sir, have made the mistake of listening to Live from the Path. Thank you for hanging out with us so far tonight. We very much appreciate it. Here's one of the worst things about stopping the Truth Network show is that if you have complaints about the show, I'm gonna have to field them myself.
Oh man!
As opposed to this was the last week, so if you want to complain about the show, even the podcast, if you can complain to the radio station, I feel like that's still appropriate. Next week, I'll take back full responsibility if the show stinks.
Now would be the perfect time to complain about the show.
Yeah. I mean, light the joint up, right? There's no consequences. You go ahead and do what you got to do. If you really love the show and miss it, God bless you. Tell somebody. And I think that's it. We'll see you next week. Right, same bat time, same bat channel. Be faithful means God will handle the ends. You've been listening to Live from the Path.
You guys know the